I am a difference maker.
Imagine all the people.
I am a difference maker.
Good morning. Welcome, difference makers around the world from the WISDOMS team. Leigh, Trevor, and Ivan back on stream here. We are chatting collaborations. How do we collaborate? What is collaboration? What are some of the mechanisms we can use to collaborate and perhaps leverage resources that are underutilized and skills and the like to make a collaboration really worthwhile and really work for us? So, Trevor, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, well, we go back a long time in terms of collaborating and entrepreneurs getting together and reducing their costs by actually sharing resources with other entrepreneurs and other businesses who are already invested in those resources, but don't have what you've got, and vice versa. So, I mean, you know, we did some work and research a good 30, 40 years ago to show that most entrepreneurs probably only operate to about 30% efficiency, if that, meaning that they've got about 70% spare capacity. And most people overestimate just how much capacity they actually utilize. And they tend to turn around and say, man, I'm just too busy, but they're just too busy, you know, having a cup of coffee at the, you know, boiling the kettle and all the mundane things in life. We've got a ton of capacity as individuals and as entrepreneurial businesses and even as corporates. And I mean, my early background came out of the corporate environments. So I was able to see, I mean, running as I had at the time CEO of the largest education franchise in the country. I had 44 franchise operations, our own head office. And I could see as a working example just how much spare capacity was being wasted in each one of those operations. And we took our people through how they were wasting it and how they could actually exchange that spare capacity with other people in their communities. And they more than doubled to tripled to quadrupled their revenue and profits out of those particular businesses doing those exercises. And in a nutshell, what that did is it turned us into the #1 franchise education institution in the country. This was about 40 odd years ago. And I sold that out into a listed company. So I know it works. And we've seen it ourselves in the people that we consult to. Leigh, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, thanks, Trevor. I think it reminds me that it's important for us to, I think one of the reasons why we don't have spare capacity, or we feel like we don't have spare capacity, is we, as entrepreneurs, many people, we call ourselves entrepreneurs. I think many of us are simply, you know, ducks scrabbling with the feet under the water, looking all calm on the outside. And that's because we're trying to do everything. And we're just not good at everything. So the work that we're not good at actually takes us longer. And we either on a learning curve, which is taking a long time, or we simply don't like it, so that it takes a long time. And in collaboration offers us the opportunity to specialize, to actually say, this is what I'm good at. Let me offer that. And I'll do a trade exchange, even if it's not a pure collaboration. We could just be talking about a trade exchange that where somebody does what I don't like, I do what they don't like, and somehow we're able to build. And I think this is a concept that you also have talked quite a bit about, Trevor, and that is a corporate structure that is actually being operated by business owners. And so you're building capacity in yourself, but you're also building capacity as an organization so that you've got some leverage to take to some of the big organizations.
No, absolutely. And I think, you know, it brings a couple of thoughts to mind, and the one is that often entrepreneurs hire people that they resonate with, so they're similar, and that's very much where the mistakes start, I think, because I think it was Henry Ford who said, it's foolish to duplicate your weaknesses and it's pointless to duplicate your strengths. So find people that complement you, as Leigh says, quite correctly. Get your weaknesses bolstered by people who have those as strengths, and vice versa. And I think the other thing it comes down to, and Leigh touched on it, there is the difference between being effective and efficient. If you're effective, you're doing things right. If you're efficient, you're doing the right things. And there's a massive difference between the two. So give that some thought, give us some comments, give us your input, join the conversation. We'd love to have you on board, and hope to see you soon. So go well.
What the world needs now.
I am a difference maker.
Imagine all the people.
I am a difference maker.